Say to Mercy now on a usual program where they come to Una every Monday to Friday. This program they talk about different issues them where they happen around the country and also waiting to happen inside Mercy TV. Me now on a presenter Sia Anisako, and today we will talk about the upcoming election where they around the corner. We can discuss about how we go able for sensitize citizens then and also the first time voters then about the election. And today I get a wonderful guest with me inside the studio. And now I will go to one of the guests that were very important, one of the CEO of Mercy TV, where himself will tell family them, Ado. Daddy, tell family them, Ado, sir.
Family them, Ado.
And also I get with me Claude Atere Robert, where in at the head of newsroom inside Mercy TV. Claude.
Family Ado, welcome to Say to Mercy TV.
And also I get a wonderful sport reporter on Mercy TV where your name na Martin Alice say. Martin.
Fambule, good morning and welcome to Say to Mercy TV.
Okay. Well, Fambule, we go direct into the program. Well, now I want to ask the CEO of Mercy TV, what are some of the improvements where Mercy TV don't make? That is that.
Well, in terms of logistics, we're prepared for cover the election. That's not one thing, but the most important aspect of this process is the sensitization aspect. We need to make the donors or stakeholders, them and everybody, really, including the citizens, they understand. Say it is important for us to be able to give out the correct information for avoid misinformation and disinformation. If the correct information is not there, for let people that know waiting the election day about, waiting at the process system and how them process system they go about, then they invite the third party, we not social media person, we go can give wrong information and create confusion. Anytime wrong information is some side, confusion they take place.
Yes, sir.
So there are people who, I'm afraid, their aims and objective is for let this election no come off fine.
Yes, sir.
And any which way then go on for create problem. So in the interest of the people of Sierra Leone and the country at large, and also for all diasporans them, we connected to Sierra Leone. I think so we forget a very good sensitization mechanism in place that has to do with the media, and not to social media no more, but most importantly the traditional media like SLBC, Mercy TV, and the others. So when people then know, say, then they get the same information way SLBC they broadcast, now Mercy TV they broadcast, it gives people the confidence for no say they can, this information can be substantiated, and therefore they can rely on the veracity of that information. But with a lot of vindictive, manipulative, and confused messages that they filter on social media. We say somebody will go talk, say this person don't die, but the person actually they alive. We say somebody will go talk, say this person so they don't do, but no proof, no nothing, no press release, nothing from the legal sector, from the judiciary for say na so it don't be. So we therefore be very much vigilant, if you like. That's the word to use. For make we give out the correct information, and it has to be a sustainable way of doing it, so that we will work hand and gloves with the line ministry for make these informations then go out, so that the people them will know waiting at the two and waiting not to the two. And also to help the Electoral Commission and the how you call it, the registration center, the one with the civil registration people, then themselves get a role for play. Statistics Sierra Leone, themselves get a role for play, because they are all part and parcel of they are all actors in this whole process. Then you get the observers then, election observers, them, the one the way na the social, the civil society sector, and then you get the other actors them from the international body, we then special election observers them. So these are all agencies that we will go work together with by disseminating the correct information. We all go able to collect the data and the statistics. Then when they come, we not go create confusion. We go make somebody grab, go talk, say, well, me they go fair now because they're not giving right. But if the right informations then they filter, you don't need for fair. You don't need for go create problem. You go just sit down, you wait for see how the end of this process get for be in a very clear, precise, and concise way. We go make them peaceful,
Okay.
you know. And most importantly, before I go, is that we get for the media get for play this conflict prevention role. We got to focus on that because Africa, they're not for no we, not to salon no more, but they're not for no we that any time we come by election business that do or die. That now that 10 day, who that na talk for go now become a professional talk for go do bad. Now that 10 day, they come then they come out, the drugs then they come out. Now that 10 day, the t-shirts then they come out, then the few leos then they come out for buy people then for let them go on this. So all of these things, I think we for don't learn some lessons now, and the media for play a positive role, but let us try for avert any kuskas for let it not take place.
Thank you very much, Reverend Khan. And also, Siwan, as Daddy don't talk about this misinformation and disinformation, how those newsroom inside Mercy TV were able to improve, yes, facts, stories them, to viewers them out there.
Well, first of all, I say thank you to Reverend Khan because you don't start the steps there already. Sensitization. Sensitization is a key factor we get for make Silonians then. They remember what you to don't pass through.
Yes.
Past election. In fact, no begin war. From war, past elections that we don't take. So for all learn more from that, for let we mistakes them past elections not happen during this coming election. So now that's the newsroom they try to put together, then sense them or then mistakes the way people that will do during past elections. We make sure that people that know say this will be a mistake and we're not going to need for them repeat again. We talk about patriotism. We talk about patriotism, somebody will show pure love for a country. You don't go say anything against a country, then you feel that good. So instead will be somebody will go help for the peace and national cohesion stay in the country, like stable. Then here we talk about nationalism. Yes. Sometimes when they say this thing not only maybe na government issue or na thing we no concern on public, they can make some mistake because government now we all na government. If you look at it, the population gets a very big role for play with the government.
Yes,
so obviously when some people will say no, me I'm not the promoting government the power, no. This is all the mistakes they all they make at the end of the day, will they feel they we left behind or we left apart, we will say not part of the process. So we in this room ready for sensitize the masses about how to go about patriotism, how for show people and say you love the country, how for show people and say you take side first. Now this is anything in the way we don't they prepare already for the disseminate to the people. And some of the information they will not only tell you one time. We'll tell you several times but in different methods. So you will able to digest them when the time reach for you apply that patriotism, that nationalism. Believe you me, you're not gonna make mistake. And we prepare for that from the newsroom.
Okay, thank you very much, Claude Ateye Robert. Now we'll go to Martin. Martin, as you are a reporter for Mercy TV, how you as a reporter were able to give facts, balanced story, listen from this one side and also get another explanation from the other party. How you as a reporter were able to balance the story so that fracas not go be, doubts not go there. How you were able to do all that as a reporter?
Thank you very much, Ms. Moderator, for this program. I want to say kudos first to the Reverend Julian Khan for this opportunity we give to we for now how we can give back to the nation because we are the conscience of the nation. As a media person, the people out there they look up to we because the information are power, and without information, the people could be get doubt on certain things. And as a media person, we get a role for make sure say we serve the people with regards to the code and conduct of the IMC code of conduct. We get a rules and regulations. We guide media institutions in this country. And I want to say plenty thank you to Claude Atera Robert, because when we go through this training here, so it was really a good one, because most of we have been noticed like we don't know much about the media, despite the fact that we've been listening to the radio 1 or 2. But we talk about the rules and regulations with governance, have been an idea like oh no get. But going through the training for close to 3 months, we got well knowledge about it. So we're very happy that most when we start, we don't see the kind of impact when we don't disseminate the information out there. They within the lines of the IMC code of conduct, like we not breach anyone. That tells you that we've been doing a very good job. And as a result of the knowledge we Claude Atera Robot impacts in we and daily and in out. As long as we come for work, always they teach. We make sure so we get a seminar and put your hands together so offer. The media gets a role for play. If you can recall back in Rwanda 1994, within happened as a result of misinformation with a single individual who the media said let them kill the cockroaches. Talking about the Hutu and the Tutsis. That tells you it was as a result of misinformation. If the right information been passed there, I believe for say that not probably happened inside Rwanda 1994, where huge amounts of people then died, thousands of people then lost their life as a result of misinformation. That tells you the power of the media. The media gets a role for play towards the development of the country. So that tells you we've been working and we get a lot of things there more we don't put in place, and we CEO in a Reverend Judan Khan, just as the election done in near like don't get a lot of materials the more don't put in place for enable we work one way that will make we not even strain as a media person. And for say kudos to them and plenty thank you for the platform as we will continue for Excel for make sure so we bring fact and credible information to the people out there because they rely on we as a public servant.
Okay, thank you very much, Martin Alisise. Reverend Khan, I want for ask how Mercy TV go able to engage citizens then concerning the election and also the first-time voters then about the election, sir?
Well, it's basically through, like I say, getting the information from the relevant authorities and passing that information on. And that really involves that I call on the 3 C's. We get for collaborate, we get for coordinate, and then we get for cooperate with one another. And when that is done, I think Mercy TV, we own obligation, whether with civic obligations that we'll get to the country, we serve good one with professionalism. You see, because what we want at the end of the day now for make people then know their rights, let them be well informed so that misunderstanding not will take place. Because most of the time, somebody will not know the detail of the problem or the case at hand, then can make first-hand decision. They can make them decisions, and some could be consequential. You know, so by the time they may know the truth, the damage has already been done.
Yes, sir.
And that, I believe, Mercy TV can help in that area. Therefore, try to pass on the correct information. We go stop anybody for being manipulated by any other factors of factions, because we have problem now really in our politicians there. You see, and
the Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
If you get politicians there, now this country, we love this country, they will not be trying to seek party interests over national interests. And in most cases, we worst nightmare, we worst trouble in Sierra Leone. We gave rise to the August 10th situation, the insurrection will take place, was as a result of politicians. They incite people there. And the gullible people they also, they don't have any other means, livelihood. Some of them, their career na them black politician, them boss politician. You know, we wait let this person get into power no more, we get to power no more, we problem don't do. That mentality that's alien for done. You see, what about going to your village and do constructive farming? What about looking for something productive for do? This is one of the reasons why Mercy TV would offer free training. But this free training, self now, I don't begin to get second thoughts about it. You know, second thoughts because of some of the challenges them we would go through. Imagine you train somebody for free. You know, ask them.
We cancel that issues there, sir.
Okay.
Yes, they can't go inside that particular issue then. So I will hold on to that, sir, first.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, with regards to the election, I believe say the media we in at the fourth estate. In other words, after the executive, after the parliament and the judiciary, now the media, now the next and most important body for run the affairs of the country by way of responsible reporting, news and current affairs. How you disseminate information will also bring peace to the country and also will bring problem to the country. Martin mentioned about what happened in Rwanda.
Yes,
And Rwanda is a case, is a test case for let we learn from. If we can't learn from that, you know, something we supposed to be a simple process. Let me say this, in England, which I spend most of the time, when there is election, you know, there is no bloodshed on the street. There is no argument. You know, they meet anybody where they try for fetch you. I don't think Australia election time. I go na the polling booth. I went there with one of my relatives. I go, me no vote, but I go see a vote. Now the same process we get in England. There was no couscous. There was no opposition fighting. There was no t-shirt sharing. You know, so when I look at it, and these then countries are more populated than us, and then get more responsibility than us. But it's almost as though Sierra Leone is more difficult to govern than the entire United States of America, the entire Europe. You know, it looked like say for govern Europe easier than for govern Sierra Leone. Yeah, because we people them very difficult for deal with. You go tell them the truth. You tell us say this way for go. Say no. That one day that man I my border. So now I they support them. And even if you border they do bad, I they still support them because na my border. Even if you border it don't cause trouble. We make sometimes 1 million people they don't lost their life or they don't lost their privilege for education or the country don't go into a state of economic quagmire where they make so now the dollar just they rise, the real the fall. Then they look at the genesis of the problem, which side this problem come out, how far we can, how we find we safe under. Beginner they just come out no more so now person belly like that. Now person go down put that picking the inside that belly the picking come as a form of a sperm, then it develop into a fetus, and then it grow and grow in the embryo grow to the point to which it form new human being inside that person belly before it come out. So problem not they just happen no more one time. Need nothing we don't go on since the time we small, then 1982 OAU,
yes.
You know, now in the backbreaker, we then tell Sheki say, no do OAU conference in this country. He not listen. Before that, he engineered the death of my uncle, you know, late Governor Bangura, you see. So when it don't reach to that level, we a politician they take matters into your hand, a act, you know. From that time where that man they go, me auntie Titi was never the same again, you know. The whole family was in disarray, but by the grace of God, the Peking they don't rise. Then they do very well. Fogg is doing very well. Almami Koi, then they do very well. So, but the fact of the matter is, it shouldn't have happened in the first place. It shouldn't have happened. we as Sierra Leoneans, we for really take the interest of the country as number one, to the point to which we not for allow anything for come between. We no postcards for come between. Now look today, what today happen as Salo. Parliament don't turn to playground. It don't turn to a play. Now that they copy other country they now where they fight in parliament. Who side them for make the law? Who side the morality for commot? Who side the example for show leadership for commot? Now they go wait till they go. The other day I see a clip lawyer Tima on top, chair. And they work on top chair and they misbehave. If the law, they want the way to whom much is given, much is expected. They want the way they in a position of leadership, they behave so. What do you expect the man na the corner, na the parking gun? What do you expect from that man? If you know say the whole day labor, where they labor for battle, for get a passenger, for get in small commission. If you know say that money where you forget. Enough for the whole month. Enough compared to the bribe way the corrupt politician they can bribe and for go chook person, for go fetch person, for go cost person, for go on social media and cost all the lawyer them mama, all the imam them mama, all the pastor them mama, them all until the day. If they take the second option because say that money where that politician they get, even though na corrupt money, what they get for that 1 grain day, it pass the whole month of the labor. All we for try for we the media now for educate people and say no. Even though that is what our politicians have been doing over the decades, let we now change with attitude. This is a new era. These are social media era now. Or information they all say. If you want, you can Google anything you want for Google. It'll come up. There's Right to Information Act where you can go to a bank and get information on any politician whether embezzle or waiting that they get stick. Then and they all available now. So you can get them data then you can pass up on the one them way the actors them way that the correct people them way for talk about them they can come now traditional media like ours and come and can educate people and say if this person can talk about what he planned for the country and you lack in manifesto, say this person, if you vote for him, you believe say if you vote for him, now this type of school you go get, now this type of road you go get, now this type of water, clean water and electricity you go enjoy, by all means go vote for that person and entertain that kind of information. But if they can't tell you say, well, this is a tribal business, so this is so if you vote for this person and this tribe you don't vote for, then that means that person for encourage them because that person na bad person, not get the interest of Sierra Leone at that. Now only in your selfish interest you get, and now they play tribal card for tribe for bring bad blood na this country, then kind of they will for name them and shame them at the right time.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Reverend Khan. Now I'll go to C1. C1 has Davido explain everything. How prepared newsroom done ready for give positive vibes them to citizens them and also we first time voters them concerning the election, how for vote and how you will behave during and after the election.
Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Cole. But one thing I can always like for let's say put first, not the country, but you get way you put the country first. Let me use the pledge. Let me use the pledge for see how much people don't digest this particular piece of advice, because the pledge me they take them as a piece of advice. I pledge my love and loyalty to my country. So many things they tell a pledge way. If we as media personnel them, we bring and come recurringly, call every month now and then, we bring and come to the face of the people. You can even translate in a different languages them.
Yes.
I mean, we the newsroom get a plan for do that. Okay. Translate in a Creole, translate the pledge na Timini, Mende, Limba, Fula, all these people are able to digest and say, the love I get, at least I have a pleasure to Sierra Leone because we not get through Sierra Leone.
Yeah, not a politician.
Not a politician.
And the interest of the country for
country.
food first.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Cole.
Yes.
So we don't get that particular method. They look at how for use the pledge for educate to people about how for elect your country. Show love to your country more than any other political party or any other organization or association in the country. We belong to some organization and association. But the kind of love they show to some of the organization and then their association and they show to Sierra Leone. So man I go tell you say the organization gets end of year enjoyment to almost for very less. Look at these people, when they go to town and buy 5-year less because a lot of money and where I for enjoy for the organization. Why can't you do that for the country? Sierra Leone is able. I pledge my love and loyalty to my country, Sierra Leone. I pray that everything, all what's in the inside pledge day, if you listen to her very well, believe me, nothing no go they make you divert your love for Sierra Leone. So the newsroom run the package, something from that pledge they will want to translate them to Creole.
Okay.
So the least man said where they all the way be involved. If they will not say, hey, this pledge they talk about, you're not so serious thing inside for where I'm going to know more about the country. So I think that one method will for use for let people that come close to the love of the country.
Okay, thank you very much, Claude Atare Robert. Martin, as you a reporter, how you as a reporter were able for educate citizens there and also with first-time voters there towards the upcoming election?
Thank you very much, Mrs. Cole. And I believe for say the platform don't be given to we, and we get the opportunity now for make sure say we people out there get the right full information with regards to the coming elections. And now we responsibility as a youth out there, we don't can get the knowledge for make sure say we sensitize we colleagues them out there with they into different forms of things them with they engaging with no good towards them progress in life. So this, in as much as the platform don't be given to us, I believe also we also get an obligation when for make sure so we give the people the right information, and through the grace of God, as time goes on, we embark on trainings them, see how far we're able to give back to the society. In as much as the platform don't be given to we, I believe for say we say we will forgive to the society.
Okay, thank you very much, Martin Alice say for your contribution. Daddy, as election can reach so where the campaigning can start, different political parties that they get them different dates them for do campaign. The politician can use them time here for make the youth send they do drugs, thuggery can come inside. Uncomfortable issues that can happen around the country. How Mercy TV go able for synthesize citizens them, especially the youth them, against thuggery during the election and also after the election, sir?
Well, that's what I was talking about,
Yes.
conflict prevention and resolution, of peaceful resolution, kind of like, and even try for reconcile people them. I think there should be, if given, the opportunity, we as a media, we holistically and patriotically want for help with nation for let it develop in the area of peace, promoting peace and pursuing peace. I think we get a vital role for play. We're able to mediate between the factions then and bring some form of reconciliation or conciliation rather between them, so that we will focus on waiting right for the country more so than waiting right for the individuals. And then once you don't know, say this right for the country, that it's not only limited to what you forget as an individual, but it is also applicable for the general good of the entire populace of Sierra Leone, meaning that the facilities and opportunities available, you can enjoy them, you own picking can enjoy them, your grandpicking can enjoy them, your generations to come can enjoy them, rather than you burn all the bridges one go, and then there is no connection, no interrelation for let you be able for bounce back again. You see, the world done bad. Those gone are the days where you will say this person, for example, during the 90s, Sierra Leone was the one of the largest UN mission field in the whole world. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, the peacekeeping investment where UN make in Sierra Leone, as a very small country for that matter, is one of the largest they have ever done. You know, so but now with the emergence of the invasion Ukraine and all the hot spots areas, then North Korea, the threatening nuclear weapon to the other nations, then and the tension between the superpowers, then where they go, they not get time again. No. For say we get time for pour money into peacekeeping. No, they get the domestic issues. I just come to England, I know it's they go on then they strike. The nurses then they strike. The doctors then they strike. Yes, the postal workers then they strike. So many things go on. There domestic issues that needs to be dealt with, and once then issues then get their own problem the way they deal with. And I think saying the commander can as alone for cancer to a problem. It is about time we Africans try to tackle our own problem. Let we not put all we eggs in one basket and think say colonial masters then they come for can defend we or protect we. No. As a matter of fact, they even want we for fact. Because the more we fight amongst ourselves, the more then they come in as a way of making peace, but then they plunder we wealth them. So we give them raw materials then in exchange for arms and ammunition and all of them things that they not call for. You see, we don't need any more war. We need peace that we continue. We need for conscientize with people them about the importance of peace. You see, we go do all kind of development that we continue. But if we not get peace structure and we not make sure say we put sustainable mechanism in place for that structure they then not be fragmented, that development can only be a window shopping. You know, it not going to be enjoyed. And I think say we don't reach that level the way Sierra Leone we're capable with all the brain drain when we don't get and the experience and the creative ideas then when we don't gather some of we Sierra Leone go produce in other country, then we don't learn something, we come back now for come implement what we don't learn, you know, and we give back to the society, you know, and with all of these things,
Hello. Hello.
We for day in the position now for let we do something for we say. Let we not allow person for come out far for can talk case for we. Let we sit down going now and say, okay, this is where we've gone wrong. You may disagree with me. I may disagree with you. But the fact of the matter is that we are now here to talk about the way forward. How this country, forget about your personal grudge, forget about waiting you feel say you're entitled to. What about waiting we together entitled to, rather than waiting you singularly entitled to? So I think we politicians therefore begin to learn this lesson the hard way, that there is one thing where they bind we all together, and that is the Constitution of Sierra Leone. And that Constitution of Sierra Leone is also answerable to God Almighty. You know, so another right for take advantage by you because I'm in a position of authority. We have had all these things done to us over the decades, and we not think say if for continue for be done that way. We feel say if me not they in governance, are they in opposition, I for act like somebody where they in opposition. So what I will do, I for understand the waiting government they do and waiting government not they do. If government not they improve in the areas then when we feel say are able for improving that areas they, I put on my manifesto and I write and down my diary and now create a portfolio for myself for Lago use them as a yardstick for selling me manifesto to the people and say, well, this government, it don't try here, it don't try here, it don't try here. But it don't fail here, it don't fail here, it don't fail here. Look the proof. Una give me chance, me the can, who side the government don't fail, me the can, I can correct that. That way you are making sense. That way you may be taken seriously. But if you don't get any constructive criticism, where you go able to levy against the governance of the state, and then as an opposition, you just feel say no more. If you can't tell lie, if you go take, you go pay bloggers them for go do bad thing, you they get a political advantage over the. No, God not asleep. God they alive, and now some of we they pray round the clock. We got people that we themselves they join me for pray. Now you see any bad thing where Satan want use people for do. Now you see come on do. You know, because of prayer, exposure they take place. So we for don't learn that lesson they now and say, let we left all this now. You know when you die now you want to go now you grave. Then they take nobody with you. So now you want to go. Before you go to that grave, they make an impact, a positive impact. Whether you don't make mistake or not, God's still capable of forgiving you. God's still capable of giving you second chances. So make a concerted effort to make you change your ways and clean up. And one of the things where they really want to make for we Sierra Leoneans them is that when we don't do bad, we take another lie for cover that bad thing. We protect the bad. We know they try for own up. Say, we are sorry we did a mistake here. We don't do bad here. We're sorry you have mercy.
Yes, sir.
Now, we we the people. We go say, this person don't say sorry. This person don't show remorse.
Yes.
We know the griller will punish her.
Exactly.
Because he don't own up to what he do. But no, we cannot do the bad. We still carry on for then use other mechanism for create more problem even though we don't do bad. At that side the night God impatient can run out, we can make waiting the person not be the expected. If he say in money that in the creates the answer for her, now the problem they come out. Because at the end of the day, nine at God, nine at the Alpha, nine at the Omega, nine at the first, nine at the last, nine at the decider of our destiny. So, mortal man, if you think you're wise, your wisdom is like a filthy rag in the presence of God.
Exactly.
So let with politicians them, let them listen and listen well. That God loves you, but He not let you bad character. And if God not let you bad character, now that bad character they overweigh you to your grave.
Yes, sir.
So we don't want that to happen to you. We believe, say, every man have the right to go to heaven, to get the right things the way they want in life. But you know me say, when you're in a certain position, you for take advantage of people. You see, we don't see this. Some of we there in the 50s. We don't see all these things not happen. They don't play right in front of our eyes. We don't see them. We don't want we picking them for go through this. We don't want to. There was time we were disadvantaged in this country just because we parents and go born way overseas. They say we not for take part in politics there. And who that say so? Who that you for say so? Now you not God. You know, so we that thing enough for happen. So we need responsible politicians from all opposition parties and governing parties. Let them come together and say, well, let we look at waiting right for Sierra Leone, rather than waiting right for we individual party no more. Because Sierra Leone is not a private property. It's a public inheritance for them and them where their lineage come out now. Just a few days ago, Americans they've been taking them into slavery. Their ancestors them bloodline come on that. Where they don't go do the scientific investigation, the DNA, they find out say their ancestry nature from Sierra Leone, they have now regained that identity. This is what we want. You don't know which scientists they among them. You don't know which doctor they among them. You don't know which experts they among them. When oil experts they among them. We go can implement in skills them na this country as so let we go before. Not all tell for that they be no more. We this person pass so they be as say food no do now forgive small food. You know, the machine no do now forgive this. This no do now forgive this. Not all tell. Yeah, now that we not get we can do it. But we say for use what we get now for consolidating position and then we begin manufacture with stuff then air so that we go add more value to waiting God don't give me whether we God giving right. That 10 day we no need for the sea we picking them they go die in the Mediterranean Sea anymore. We no need for sea people then they go die in the desert in Libya anymore. We no need we can't picking them for the rape in Kuwait and other country there anymore. We no need people then to be deported. There are people that have been deported. They don't even know what their fate is. So all of these things we need for handle, we need for tackle. Yeah. So that as a nation, this small nation here will make a paradise.
Thank you very much, Reverend Khan, for your own contribution. Major Siwan has that you don't give very good contribution. What you said for hard to wait that you don't say concerning the coming election, because when the election campaign can start, then the politicians and anything can use for give the youth push, see the way we make the knowledge, yes, they know get the correct mind, correct sense for do certain things that we will bring positive vibes to the country. So what do you get for say concerning that, sir?
Correct. Politicians then they look for a way they within their desire. Their own desire, their own gain, they look for the power.
Yes,
So all kind way they forget this power, they're able to do them. For give drugs out to people, for tell them the wrong side of the story, just for their own power, they're able to reach and get them. But one thing again with that is a way I pick from, they say we not witness election in Australia, right?
Yes, sir.
The same thing in London.
In London, yeah.
During the day of the election, everybody go peacefully and celebrate.
Yeah.
Why we Sierra Leoneans not go take the election day as a holiday? Because after we don't go vote, you don't get nothing you do. You just make a national holiday.
Yes.
Enjoy the same way you can go enjoy Christmas on the beach. Where you can go
soba,
make you go soba soup and plazas.
We
don't vote there, you can't eat, but we play fine music and wait for see the result of it. Yes, so that they know the yarn for. Now they will go all out for sensitized Sierra Leoneans then different corner. Say look, election not to war. And election not they start even from the day of the election. Election they start way back from sensitization, we come to verification, from verification we come to time for campaign, time for outreach, this, that, say the day of the election. But let that day they not be the day where some people they prepare arms and ammunition for destroy other person. No, we're all Sierra Leoneans. If you then lay 5 daily body now, so they say can't pick with him among them 5 daily body, you cannot do it. It's impossible. They say no, can't find the Fulamamba. We get 10 daily body when you don't like it. Go look for a Fulama among them. It's wrong. So we all for the get a feeling inside. We like can't talk about the pledge. We don't disseminate that the message inside the pledge in a different language. And some are going to digest and say no, look, this land that we love, Sierra Leone, we for maintain and because now one way we get. We will come and vote, we don't vote, no, let us chill together. Let us sit down now with long step, how can call long step or a long bench. Yeah, we'll keep time, we'll laugh and play and see who that they can win. Because at the end of the day, if I hurt you, that's not the last day. After the election day, there are so many days we get for come back. We go for see ourselves back. We go for meet in Abacha Street. We go for go inside the same Poda and the same Kekele. So why I would treat you negatively on one great day, where he left so many days we go for the see ourselves again. So if I don't ask them begin get that thinking, they say, look, election day no holiday, me for me no holiday. So they friendly other people and get that same feeling. Say election day after I don't go vote. I go relax, I play music, I play fufu or obiata, I eat well. And then I wait for the result. When the result comes, if there's anything we're not correct, yes, you can grab and challenge go through the right processes, the right channel, and challenge the result. You can file in petition. You get so many ways for let your voice be heard, but not for take the weapons or take later weapons against one another. That's not the wrong thing we can do, and we don't see these mistakes in past years. So they pray, do your let's Sierra Leoneans, then look back, and then they know the way forward. What you for do now, this coming election. We don't expect anything of the past. We expect the way forward. We expect better things other than waiting will not pass through. I say that will give you a better way inside the pledge for the love of Sierra Leone. I pledge my love and loyalty to my country, Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much, Claude Aterero. But Martin, as a journalist and also a reporter, how you as a reporter are able for sensitize citizens them concerning the election, especially when the campaign get for start, because now the game, how they talk, and the game they say is the game the rock come out during the campaign time. How you as a journalist go able for sensitize the youth them against political thuggery, and also then push and jamba them where they will give them hard rums them, where they will give youth man them for go drink, for go misbehave. How you go sensitize the youth them concerning that?
As a media person, we get a role for play where for give out the information to the people out there, and governments as an institutions get laid down rules and regulations. Like for example, let me say the Ministry of Youth Affairs and the National Youth Commission get a role for play towards for make sure say they elevate the mindsets of the youth them with they out there for give them some form of encouragement, organizing seminars them. Like the Youth Commission can do organize 1 or 2 seminars, courses them they have for engage youth man and for see how far they could divert their minds from different thoughts them we can day in them, because they can say an idle mind is the devil's place. But if the youth them out there, some of them engage in don't causes in there, or neither the Ministry of Youth would organize some symposiums them where they go learn out there, come for inculcate into the youth them that were able to change the mindsets of many of the youth them, because when you take a look at Sierra Leone at the moment, majority of the youth them not they help themselves. In as much as government also they push you as a youth man, you get a lot for do. Like for example, the Ministry of Youth set out a car wash where he as a youth man, if you want for land, you can go. You say I want for can land for can and call for attach yourself some side, because nowadays if you don't learn a book, but the skills then the way you said the land that they able for empower you, you even get money more than the way they work in an office. So you don't already depend like for say this mindset they also want for work in an office. You get a lot of skills then where you go learn, you they even get money more than the way they work in an office. So the youth man they also get a role for play in as much as governments don't lay the platforms out there, we get for take advantage of them. Because most of the youth them so lazy that in a fact as a youth man you get for avoid too much sleep, especially youth. If you avoid too much sleep, any youth man is say you like a lot of sleep for let you succeed in like a art, because you get for take up the mantle of leadership. You know boy picking, you get for get a lot of responsibility at the back of you. You get for get a woman, their responsibility and they come up. If you're very weak, there is no way that success for you go for hold on to a certain job. Even someone when they attach them some side, if I don't want to due to the laziness, for let them meet up to the challenge of the work, it could be very difficult. At the end of the day, they can even withdraw them and put certain people in way competent, and then at the same time they go ahead for either institution they down way not even good, taking into fact that now as a result of incompetence and laziness. So the Ministry of Youth Affairs get a role for play for make sure say then continue for do them symposiums, them organize them seminars, them. Yes, they have been doing it, but let them continue for do them, because every day things that they happening, and some of them things that the way they happening, they need sensitization for make sure say the youth them wake up from their slumber and take up the mantle of leadership, because they are the future. And take a look at the youth in this country, majority of them now engage in different things that we're not even good as a youth man, rather than taking advantage of the opportunities them way they out there. So man, you know the internet 24 hours rather than looking for opportunities, see them does on WhatsApp, flip up some misinformation, they send them from one place to another for divide the mindsets of other people, and that no go help you. There's a lot of benefits in the internet, and left to you. So me they call on the youth man, then let them make sure say they explore whatever avenue when they get a major signal the correct one, they learn their skills there. I believe for say the Ministry also of Basic and Senior Education they try. There is a portal where them also open with them basic courses, and if you want for learn you can go, you streamline it, you want to courses there, you can done it all. Now a platform where the government open up. Every day during the COVID, people them learn, they get a lot of certificates them where you go even use that certificate there for go apply that now for a job where they will take you, because you don't learn the skills, you don't learn what they teach you and that. So government don't create the enabling environment. As youth, let we grab them and make sure say we do the right thing, and we go get a steady mindset towards the election we for come.
Thank you very much, Martin Alice. Say, well, viewers, them now we go for a short break. When we come, we will continue the program.
There's only one place where you are always welcome, where you will always be part of the family, and you can always expect to find a helping hand. There's only one place where you will find a reliable partner for all your financial needs, and your funds will always be safe. It's only at Rokel Commercial Bank, because Rokel is more than a bank.
Well, this is your bank, a bank that is resplendent with splendor. It characterizes greatness, and it has a history that is deeply rooted in banking in Sierra Leone. Over 100 years, this bank has been around, initially as Barclays Bank, and now as Rokel Commercial Bank, your bank.
That's why our impact in the community is second to none. That's why we are expanding our branches to give you world-class service everywhere you go.
We've expanded as far as Kailaun, Wilkinson Road, Fabi College, Uberforce, and look out for us very soon. We're going to go to the north. We're going to go as far as Kwendu very soon.
When you look at our corporate online services, our SMS text banking, and of course our Syncopo Plus, which cannot be rivaled by any.
That's why we are rolling out state-of-the-art digital systems to better serve you. And that's why you will always be our #1 concern.
And by so doing, you have a bank that is going to be a modern bank to you, a bank that's going to be a credible bank to you, a bank that's going to make you feel like you're part of a banking family.
Visit any of our branches countrywide and join the winning family today. Welcome to Rokel Commercial Bank, your bank of choice.
Viewers, welcome back to Say to Mercy on Mercy TV. This is our usual program where they come to Una every Monday to Friday. Now, a program where they talk about different issues there, where they happen around the country and also inside Mercy TV. Well, now I go to we see of Mercy TV. Daddy, how the volunteers them where you been decide for trainer inside Mercy TV, how they not improve themselves and how they comport themselves towards the training inside Mercy TV.
Well, we get one or two we committed. Out of the nearly 200 volunteers that we would give platform for train, we get at least one or two able for stick around. Not that we're holding on to anybody. The aim of the training is for prepare people and empower them with the skills necessary for let them go out there and go get employment for themselves. But we have been challenged by their attitude and behavior, and that they don't even give me some kind second thoughts as to whether I will continue with this free training, because Sierra Leone, where you carry something free for people, then they take you for granted. And that is something we don't experience with one young lady. We start with instead confess and attest to the fact that he come in, know nothing but journalism. Now, yeah, Mercy TV get on the platform, they train, the very possible trainer, we're spending time and energy for trainer, turn against the person, turn against Mercy TV, they grab, they go, impersonate Mercy TV without we knowledge, without we consent. He go on a trip. On that trip day, waiting he do day, waiting transpire day, Mercy TV has absolutely no knowledge of waiting he do on that trip day. You see, so it is very heart-rending to know that something like this that happened when they actually deny, and the kind thing that will come on out, the words that will come on our mouth is very, very, very unfriendly, very regretful, and a person will get any remorse. Even though we get evidence to the point, to the effect, say, now this don't happen, now this don't go on, still we get a chance. From where they England, I engage with them, I get a chance for make a respond to the allegations them and the evidence them we would uncover. Remember somebody say I not go per a conference, but then picture come out where they should say go. But the whole situation, you know, to judge. At the end of the day, you will always give somebody the opportunity for make a show remorse and reconcile back with you, especially with the institution in norms, in rules and regulations. You know, we are not here to castigate anybody, and we are not here to hold on to anybody. Another young man, and on social media, I really say, they don't move on. You know, things like this, when you can, will not charge you for training. Perhaps, if in future, if we decide for do any training, we for now put financial figure on her. Because where would they do it for free? Then they take away for granted, and then they cost with staff there. Then they threaten for affect the institution because they don't go make connection. That's online ministry, especially the one we they talk about here in question. Because it don't go make personal relationship like that line ministry day. They say even if Mercy TV change me, they replace me with somebody, I go fetch that person, I go work her for let that person they not get any foothold at that ministry day. You see, people that don't go to that length day, to that extent day, then go some side and give them financial incentives where the Mercy TV then go represent. But then Mercy TV don't know about it until afterwards. All the information they have come up is very disgusting, and it's something really discourage me personally now for like go out of my way for telling anybody, because I know say when I give you the platform by the grace of God, I go therefore ask you now next time when I give anybody platform, I go ask you where you don't done your training, when you they kill me. When you when you destroy my reputation or my organization, because this is what we're seeing here, you know, and that kind of idea is very, 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 very sudden. That is witchcraft, you see. So, with the Kayagi, an audio, you know, this audio, unfortunately, viewers, not a very nice audio. So, listener discretion is you know, needed. So if you don't have for listening to waiting this person they say, there you can move away from the TV now, or you turn your TV off, or you cover ears, because they can't see where this person they can't talk in organize. Take a listen.
Martin, ever what the Mercy TV as you as a brother, you understand? And definitely, if I get, I go share with you, yeah. But I know honestly, once we go to talk, them major did it. Major na snitch. Major. I make I tell you, if even you baby kids, you don't they talk with, I know they encourage her. Major na one person, and the way they make people and they suffer. So na Mercy TV, I tell you this now today. Major. Because if Major be, you know that they will be the talk to daddy, where daddy tell you say you don't faint by Major they go with the crowd. No, they call Major power talk there. Major 9 days, so most of the time there, Major they travel, they go upline. Most of the time the Major they travel, they go upline. One of the reasons, we make cannot be too focused on that thing there, because I know say Mercy TV, the kind the kind way pack na Mercy TV, it's not small. Not to be they can pull me foot left me picking, go popo kerema, go walk Monica, they go begin a shape out dog though. And they do no media house not there, we person go walk in Monica. Then people and then at television station where they sit on they wait for me the person count in Monica and give them. And I never see that television station did. In fact, like AYV now, Navo said they can put press waiting because say we in journalists and they go cover news, they not for take money. So the boy then they say people already working they say so that Navo don't crease. Yes. AYV Martin, we go cover story. Brana money oh. Nobody know the OPI pay money safe. But Mercy TV, me not only against me with Mercy TV business oh. That's what this marketing back go do. You don't believe say Esther take phone call daddy say I don't go and market na them banks there. Where the project where I can go the project Esther be only for attend oh. Martin, Esther be don't let for attend. You know, say from 10, once a year, Mrs. School and jam na reception. From that 10, I don't let for C and D. I don't know who I go tell Esther, say, you be a don't go advert, say, Esther will go show him face for 10%. Now message daddy on WhatsApp. Now say daddy, Kumba, because there's a one Kumba, the way they say we don't send invitation to them back for go cover one program. When they say that faith them we go cover and then give faith them 250. Nothing they do. We faith them can go the money. Now Mrs. Cole take 150. Now I give faith and the photographer 100,000. Then they say about 50,000. Yes, I saw they do the picking. When they pay people low. Now daddy, now tell daddy, I said daddy, you know that give Mercy TV that contract, eh? I said now you be the marketing boss. Now talk to. Now guy what be don't sabi way back. The boss now link me with that lady, they say Lord do the business. I said so I beg. Now the tenor daddy says and I'm forward before it's not to send to Esther. And the Esther call now they apologize and say sorry. Yes. You know, so they're making the Esther go today because you don't say any good. Yeah, a Mercy TV, then go yeah, the Congo side, the half nonsense, and Bokuri. And now me you can me talk near Major. Or else me are you the Baba standing at the honest truth at the tell you so. Me I never be an hypocrite to anybody, me, na so I did. When me and you two the talk, we'll get a deal. Keep until you safe. No care me to go to Major. No care me nothing go to Major. I beg ya. Major where this one a snitch. When you stay store, you don't buy for gum them for the talk. When I hold this one by Kabal. You know, see Julia told her for go until daddy can I go with daddy. So where this one a politics, a politician. Where the England, so one know all what's in the happen in Mercy TV. So you go and chuk, you go and set fire. Now so you man they operate. So now I'm a person you go to be careful. The day we meet up, go where not meet up, no good. You are nobody need to meet up. I beg, no they call Major Pau talk them. Major na make people in the suffer under. Major na if I tell the person I saw TV they operate. How people are going to go work for you, not they pay there. They want me the thing go on fine. If it's not some of we where they sacrifice, so no go pay we use the money pay transport. Some man they sacrifice, so some man where they go if they not get the left for go. Not all man they sacrifice. So I beg, not the couch Major Paul talk there. I beg. What they talk, more talk we talk. Now me invite the man, now me talk to the man and Dr. Chakanda. Now me talk to the man. Yes. Ingo na no yeah, in be invite Dr. Chakanda for go para the opening. Who that they were Major invite to go para opening day. That honorable na we be say na politician Tembeton and constituency. Not that honorable na bingo. Not to Juliet self invites Mr. Sano. In Martin no be there. Without honorable they go na constituency. If they can't see and they happen in the good. From that time they ever see the man the good. You ever see the man they make effort, say for good talk. You don't want to see I know the one made you tolerate Major Pau talk though. If you see the tolerate Major, not the count me Pau talk there, yeah? What those will go with plans and I for let God make a way for Lord to go before. Period. For all that the gamma, they make that ministry program. Look Major to go sit up. If me for attend the program, it ain't for all loud this morning. Can you imagine when they attend program, they don't go share the money with people there? That Thursday, yeah, me I come out hospital with me picking. Capio call me, say Capio and boss me phone. I not bother picking call safe. Because in the same Capio, don't say you stay, so I don't do that information. They don't go give me Cisco 2 days, then give Moses 2 days, then give me 1 day. Yes. I don't encourage and safe. Then Major they go talk. Why they say they have the cost person, they go pull it and sell that person. Me Ministry of Information, Martin. Major don't know say, but come out be the Ministry of Information, they not invite them. You forget say Salona by Sabi. Salona by Sabi, they can still attach any dog for Mercy TV back to Guri. When they tell they reach back, they walk at the person back. I say they don't invite Mercy, me don't invite her. When they invite you, then they put your name for give money. When they not invite you, you go cover them, but they not give money. When they invite you, they give money. When they invite you, they put your name for give money. When they not invite you, if you want to go, they go cover and they not give money. I able worker back Major that I worker there or anybody. The person go free of charge. I will not I feel unsafe. Because if I don't play active, if now yourself you go wake up, can't share that money. For because simple shiba. But next time, not go be again. Well, we'll make if I know say I don't meet up if now you to go wake up, we can't shiba. And I made encourage major. Now me the encourage major power talk them one. And you be careful. Major way they so they are all the label and are all the Congo sa. Me not see them the pay them, me not see the money where they make all day. So drama.
Well, when I don't listen, and I don't hear you. This is the pay where would they get, where would they help people them, train them for free, and give them transport for go look for news. At the end of the day, now they reward this. So if I decide to say, and which is something I'm thinking about, I don't think so we will get that problem they what we don't get with this young lady here. So we it's a mean a politician. It's a mean they certifier. You get a business. You own business, you know, for you for left and no more. Now people they hand you for left and do. When you buy equipment, you know for checker. When you pay for fuel, you know for monitor, they affairs they you know for do monitoring and supervision. You for just left all things so well. I not see that business person there too. I not see that person at the world where they just create a business, they call you, they say come, eat, do what you want for do. You know they exist, you know they work. So if I'm believing when I don't hear you, and the kind thank you this with Sierra Leone. Well, I can't nobody know they support me. I not get no cooperation, no mobile phone companies, them, no business people, they know they support me. That me, they put me labor inside. Yeah. This young lady get her mind. Or say, we not we give you platform for let you trade. Yeah. How would they can pay you when you not volunteer?
And even when they go out forget the
who say they pay full that money they save? So now we not get for do training anymore. Yes. So you now will be the aim for can land. This woman don't pull on away. We not get for do am anymore because if we do am, then somebody they do this to we. We would now we give you the opportunity for you go to Ministry of Information. Now you don't go talk kakatwa day. You don't go build relationship day. You they use that relationship now for threatening we say. If we replace you, you they whack away. Then you call you competent dogs. Is that right? Is that right? Is this how Sierra Leone don't canto? This is the reason why to make we say we for educate with people them. Because you know they can give somebody platform. You use your resources there for train the person. Then the person say again you for pay and tap that again. Where you know even pay for the process and what in a volunteer is a volunteer for learn on the job. You get 6 months probation. You not even reach your 6 month probation. Now you they accuse you. Now you they smear me. Will give you the opportunity for do it. Waiting at the bad way I don't do. So this kind of thing they discourage we for let we carry on for do this for the benefit of all Sierra Leoneans. This project has been designed for train everybody will need training. Not only for Mercy TV, but for let you go out there and go make something good of yourself. But it don't reach that point where I think we will draw the line now and say we're not do them anymore because we will do this. Now this kind of result will they get. Now this kind of payment will they get. Now this kind of smear campaign will they get. Now this kind of mentality people in the form against we. That person will they build in spend in organization for over 20 years. You they plan something, and eventually you plan come to realization. Mercy TV, we application for license started in 2002. For the radio, till 2004 before we get radio. You see, then subsequently thereafter the television came. So can you see how far we don't come on? and one person just the kind of more because of in your ego and pride. If you say, if I can't impose on we, even after we don't help you, now this payer and I will forget. We give you platform, you say you the can destroy the platform and the owner of the platform. We need prayer in this country.
Of course.
Exactly.
We need prayer.
Exactly. Family on another everyday audio where one of we colleague, former, always he don't stay concerning Mercy TV and also the staff them inside Mercy TV. Major, mention your name. What do you get for say towards that?
Really, I'm a bit surprised. For understand, really, if somebody they say something against you, maybe you don't do something to that person, will not go down well with that person. But I still search my mind for see what exactly I do to this person. We make it just a talk from all angles. And when you watch the allegations them, not just blatant lies them, for just smear people in character. Because if they come up from one person, it jump to the other without sufficient saying. But you just say just smear the person, they come out, they smear another person, he come out, they smear another person. It's some foolish intention. Say if me no say inside information, Minister of Information pass on. That they give me the opportunity for train them. And now I do my duty as well. And I want make a leg no say since I begin train them, none of them not ever say major now this major do to me. Now the only person will come out and say, hey, now so I had a doubt, how come this person so hates me so much? Whatever I do this person, whatever I don't say to this person, we're so heart rending. Wait until you will come to me directly and tell me, unless you begin work as a snitch, and at the end of the day you call me a snitch. So I did try to underline the word snitch for know exactly what person mean by snitch. If not mean that the snitch or not in that the snitch. Because you they talk something behind me back, you they smear me behind me back, you they choke me with a sword back me back, then at the same time you call me snitch. So
and now you don't train her.
And I me don't train.
Now you don't pass the knowledge to her.
her.
Then so easy do you.
Yes, sir. So how come me can be the snitch where I don't ever utter a word when obscene language, or I don't ever talk to you rudely, I don't ever tell you something where go against your feeling. What exactly I do?